Coach Ogum on Sesanium. Media Hana Mijina.
Oh, they are also song.
Danger, the story about no meeting our players near.
I am Passa, my confirmed meeting.
I want to believe Danger.
Okay.
Person Danger.
Why didn't I know?
And a story.
Yes, they do, baby.
And a story.
Now to turn blue.
And a story.
Now, honestly, I say I don't pay them way no hand.
Person Virginity.
Okay.
Nah. I said, who be know?
What do you know?
Nah, in same be say bad to Yintimi Piansha Capetas. Last season, in Yoma Bissi, Emma Santi Kotoko, Eja players quine. Safi, Yakofa players are so too. Omuni any emotional issues with the coach. One fan so my bafofro or me a born fresh, no more betum. No more so can't the last season for the kaya. Then see a start to show who the pana can once.
Okay, so what have they said now? But I'm just saying.
They are complaining about his response and in a casa towards a year player.
Some of these guys were there last year.
Guys in a casa.
So much they are not
one and Jeff president work be players. I must no answer. A lot of people agree with
me. Send a place your man be.
In one breath. Also hard on the place. If you crack a car say, a coach in a car crack and every.
No,
now they had
you and place 8 amber.
When there's so much,
I be counting in a
we'll be sweating my conclusion.
Nipa Inkitan would DNA say coaching improving.
Yeah,
Chitafu are complaining of that particular issue. Now former players are complaining of that particular issue. Players last season no more complaining. And this season for so complaining, they know a problem.
I almost say my impact, I'm put say former players and I chita for no. Where did they get in contact with him? Because if all the player come out could not as a man, yeah.
Any player come out coach.
Ned, and I can say my way more thing. My way more 8 moto by your baby at the phone. Was like those days near the end. They'll use almost supporters rep or management or so, and now they use a chairman, and now will be said they can say I can't Michael. They don't know who support a back at. But when you go to the coach, say, my way more and I'm the player back, and now my friend one fat. Those things also as well you, because this is one person. You okay? Coach Ogum when they first came in, I come with the dance here, so he came to us. He called us, okay. He goes back, and then the CEO becomes a big problem. Ogum had an encounter with the board. Now, Okoye presentation which the board. Okay, those days when he had some issues with Nana Amponsa, Nana Amponsa was seen as a troubleshooter, troublemaker. Then these old players and they go and bring him back. Then Oba, most of them say, your problem. Is it not because you're also overstepping your bounds? More reasons, and he's not succumbing to those reasons.
That is also.
That has been my position. Because when he had issues with Nana Okoye, hey, one a problem. There was nothing wrong with the coach. He comes back after the DNC here.
Yes. No, too. This season, Kotoko Boase, Emenya coach Ogum, describing players and supporters as rude. I say some few supporters been a baby ye did adibia, which was wrong. Emenya said they be coaching Kasasa. Now the issue we are talking about at the moment, yes, sir. The first coming no crowd, there were players within that had issues, but there was a management that omutisimu solve some of the issues, and omukipuno on the low. But this time around, the management structure will expose your behavior. The first coming
and your management they have not been in quote responsible enough to solve problems.
No, the first
you ask for problems, so but it will always come. There are problems all over. It's solved at management level. Some are solved at departmental level. Some are solved even at the board level. problem there institution there beba amana just munye nipa so enye issues no so be ba he says so benya the support of management onya and he has now been exposed to the public.
Anything I may say, the management structure will expose your real behavior. There were times he disrespected people in the past management. Omukipun on the low. This time around,
and then
when you're direct contact, and I expose you. I said no, because there were past players during his first coming out. They had issues with some of the things he did, but Sabreno, maybe our management members be a ginamu, a peer seven share them. Inti be a player ne bufua, and as some ne bar. Man member be a friend and not them in a cassette, as 7 pie. And I feel no management structure is systemic.
Almost a solve problem, no man solve na man every baby.
Let me say. But the bottom line is, if your behavior has been exposed, you say a catcher on a ujai.
To say players no koka say, me de why they want me.
No to any tian.
No why they.
Ya what tian? Any old choir, a fast cast more a bunny pabem.
Nobody lose 3 matches. Obin Tian.
I don't lose 3 matches. A kind of worry.
I know who can be no. No. You sit here as a journalist. You see,
Papa bought me and said, "What's a man Tian?
What's a man Tian?"
And yes, a man Tian. You were Tian, you were did you?
Come on, no emotion. Where complain about say Obi Okasa Atian Obi. When they were winning, was there any complaint that Atian Obi? Are you going to lose 3 matches in a row? Then you want a coach to come and stand in front of you and laugh with you? How? Wow. What kind of story is this?
Urefi Alex Ferguson, I'm as a dress day.
Hair dryer.
That's one the edge almost.
And then Patrick Ebraka said the current group of players available. Ka Ferguson was Abida and Quebec Palman after 5 matches.
Oh, now he said you Pep Guardiola.
No,
you see Pep Guardiola. Documentary, that how he was talking to them in the dressing room.
But you cannot be that consistent. You're quite fast, you know. Patrice Evra recently in a podcast say Ferguson and your man Casabro Gusuya ka 5 matches.
Now how many say when the brand and go jam baby and Casamako?
Go to.
Everybody say me am we.
As a coach, you should know how to relate with players in such a way that it will bring the best out of them.
Salah Club
Yes. Yeah.
Your Casabia with this same technical team. There are other people within the technical team and some of the players go and speak to. Within the same technical team. I don't want to mention names. But one technical member. Go and watch the Kotoko video now about Sometymer and Ogum Legends players. You know that your players are Kotoko Pamu Omwa. Almost say if that man was in charge, certain things won't happen. He's the one the players get the confidence to go and complain to the father. Wow. Just one technical team member. I don't want to go into that. He's still there.
Okru.
Oklu. If he was in charge, certain things would happen. As a coach? Yes. The players, some of the players, based on how he related to them, they were willing to go the extra mile for him.
He's trying to
say no clue.
Who can coach? Who is in terms of coaching? Who? Why not be coaching you?
Kotoko youth team now. Coach Bako.
No,
talking about his behavior and how he relates. He acts like a father figure to the players.
But no coach is how. And then leaders, the players also know. Also, I go back to orientation. Leadership styles are different. Your oncophobia, almost town, almost crocro, nipa, and almost their hearts. It be at the end, in each way. We in the previous times, no one results last season. This season, you change it. And you see players go to a baby, you are not. We will talk about the players. But if one particular issue becomes consistent, it calls for changes. And yes, a players me to about because say, "Oh me angels in the mobile and come as." The time mo ko otu vocatre all players and supporters say mo am go fa dem pemla. Oh mo hwe mu a no mo go fa, but what did they see? Tiom de ne ba here. That question, I think, if the old players are here, they will best fit. We are India.
wisdom no omo decide some de beba nti I think see nya ba ko ha.
So I'm saying that
at that time what they were thinking to No it wasn't, you see, let's look at that
very deep say nyanwa otum for adama ye wie
an interim management committee was formed. The interim management committee no yen hwe adwuma na omo ba be they were formed for interim basis. One, yen pe technical director onka coach ho no mo nhwe recruitment of players to prepare the team on the field. Ima ene na penkra financially and in terms of the FA regulations that will help Kotoko participate in the league. So I believe that the IMC to some extent that interim based and come years and permanent management which will list the structure of the club to put the coach at the proper position. But and it looks like certain individuals are capitalizing on that. But so to the American say, Sebi to last season, now Sebi is out to this season, then you have to ask yourself questions.
Okay, so my question as we move on. If you were Dr. Prosper Ogum, at the end of the month, Subai. Never Subai na or buy or done a DG league. Emma. Oh yeah, popular to the extent that Okotirani fee, Junan on your saco fan buying. Would you think?
Yes, because one.
That me question.
Yes, I understand. Now let me answer.
One, sorry.
Let me answer the question.
And no crowd yet. My new question, and I mean question. And no crowd yet. Or buying. First one is when your opportunity and go to Mvako address. Such man or done a DNO, a man we need leak. Our coin. Any a fan of Sebra, Mo Aquapano Quafo, or some OG league. What about the son?
You too, but because
being
a head coach,
Suman Magopio to when I'm coach and manager.
Timer, first time. The structure was different from the structure. Every smart person, I saw who baby a wujina and how you apply your Debbie. Uko when you abrabo ma kwan fa so ye nyoma sesa enti emfa ne first so to ujina defense asa ne obo ne je different from say ne obo attack. So to break it down for you and explain things to you properly, Mr. 201, at the time wa oba first time there was a management. He was in charge of coaching. There was a PR unit and a manage how they brand you, the perception of the public towards you. There was a CEO. Not most of the time the blame the corner so or not blame no dan. Yes, we all know this. And you have names to yes, I be yes, I be. Here.
Okay.
This time around, no. Yeah, you are baby jina di enim. No to would tell me here. First now jina chire. And you want the page na wenim. And then your mama ye di on mojo. So if you were analyzing Kotoko matches, there were times Kotoko will lose a game, and the first name people are mentioning is the CEO. And yes, who coach, you know, now only tactical issues, but he was the one. Bibiano no jinemu. And to Kotoko recruitment at the end of the day, no, the name Ania Bopano was the CEO, Niabobo PRO, Naya Bo Ebia administrative manager. Say who coach you say chire what recommended there but I am more power na eji hit no this time around who ba be gina nim
na hit nko hobi
nko emphasis say who ba be gina nim enti who be gina nim a se ne na woti a chire a wo ye no who be gina nim a ye nya ne sa
hit ne baba so
yes so you must know say now responsibility no aye bear times 3 ahwa dododia na aba na ama say so nya absolute power no sa absolute power no and the hate for Frobesaba, it comes with positives and negatives. And they say, "Oh, Bejina ha, untimi nyane sani na we na first no," because they say no, asamba when I dip to bone babesi wenim. You are basically a management member. Previously, you were not a management member. So when we are discussing the management of Kotoko now, you boarding. When we are discussing technical issues, you boarding. And so who say responsibility na aye times 4. Therefore, everything be able to wrong with club no both on and off the field, because you're a management member and also the coach, no, you be bold diafra. And to say what this one is so, and to want to be born the send and now born the first nibium. Say what crown is how the father figure to the players.
Okay.
No, to say one in terms of the relationship between the supporters. First, you know, their relationship was between Omo and the CEO and management members. But they said, "Whoa, never." And you want to be young, it's and now you're the first in the game. And just all sound your mem. So I'm so fortunately for you, last season, and you're not too. At least your fans said adaptation. You are adapting to your new role as an IMC member and a head coach. You have adapted to that. When you're a whole year experience, your relationship with the fans, your relationship with players, the responsibilities, the pressure, the power, the stress, why adapted to that? And so what's saying now about three? I take you over this season. Won't mean the last season DNA because life will not give you that opportunity.
Thank you.
Zach,
you see, I'm quite passionate about this topic. We were claps. Sasima muka enya omu na enka omu nkomo hu say I see a do stage where we can generate supporters no enka omu nkomo hu
tama I see a chuma
administrators no that is not part of your pesikani baba be team na mai enu na hia omu
tama kronken mo wo sika pa o
mo dey ana mo dey abroja asema ba
omo sika pa ba omo ko so omo sika nya ni sa o
ba ha de ya bra bomu nyina ne se de ye ne ma no papa bi nya sika no obi adwuma ne akoye bi ye di bia na sa ne ko
na hye
ball no so ba bi sika ni bi ne de agya no ye di bia na ko nya sa ne no so ben ana ndesa Sani ya no wa ntina me kaza mo ka ho eya na come expect say discussion then one of the club people no tia no pour mo frustration cheying e bia ihiam wa wo de yakura na yenim si de si ye na there should be a cry for help.
That's what we form answer.
My example say oko Germany in the Bundesliga you cannot buy more than 50% shares in a club.
Yes. 50 plus 1 to the supporters.
Yeah, because they think that the club belongs to the supporters. Our supporters also admit it and accept it, say, yes, and it is incumbent on them. Say the end, say, team no set then, they be a best and ma. And my concrete say, it me cost stadium no throughout, giving the season tickets na afternoon. It means that throughout the season, our club will be fine. To your outsider, come and acquire 49%. I had the idea 100% for the supporters. But almost the also the no, and imagine managers. They want to also be part of management. And they want to take decisions for coaches. They want to take decisions for management. They want to take decisions for everybody. One way Kurana, who radio so they want to take decisions for you. What you should say and what you shouldn't say. That's what they do. Meanwhile, they contribute almost zero in terms of attending the matches. Almost zero. Omom did the anymore year can I know come to go to the Omuntia. Musika na yedro.
Na say you don't come ko jin pe for.
Extra make say. Sa top mu ya mu introduce na wo se me to na me hu en ka o masem hu.
Ba na ma ba pai o.
Okay, ma boswa. Ma boswa, mo be bos ka na yi. Mo be boswa.
Ana ndi na temo. Zozo, ati o de issue that we should. Zozo